This is Elon Musk's yacht, sleek and modest by billionaire standards. And over here, this is the yacht of an average millionaire, sprawling, luxurious, and built for leisure. At first glance, it seems backward, doesn't it? Shouldn't the billionaire have the bigger, flashier yacht? Yet, this contrast holds a surprising truth. While billionaires have more money, it's often the millionaires who are truly richer in life. How is that possible? Billionaires have more money, more power, and more assets, right? Yet, when you dig deeper, it becomes clear that millionaires often lead richer, fuller lives. It sounds like a paradox, but by the end of this video, you'll see why millionaires are, in many ways, richer than billionaires. So, let's dive in. First, let's address the obvious. Billionaires have more money. They're on a different financial planet altogether. They can buy private islands, skyscrapers, entire fleets of jets, and yes, yachts that could swallow a millionaire's boat whole if only they wanted to. But here's the catch. Money isn't the sole measure of wealth. True richness comes from time, freedom, health, and the ability to enjoy life. And that's where the cracks in the billionaire's facade start to show. Let's begin with one of the main reasons: taxes. Billionaires are often thought of as tax dodgers, but the reality is more complicated. Sure, they use legal loopholes and tax-efficient strategies to minimize their bills, but the sheer scale of their wealth often means they pay staggering amounts in taxes. Billionaires with publicly traded companies face taxes on dividends, corporate income, capital gains, and estate transfers. When you're managing billions, even the smallest percentage is a monumental sum. For example, someone like Jeff Bezos might pay millions in taxes yearly, even with aggressive planning. For millionaires, on the other hand, taxes are far simpler. They often fly under the radar with lower rates, fewer layers of tax, and far less scrutiny. Then there's the question of responsibility. Billionaires don't just have wealth, they have empires. They manage multinational corporations, oversee thousands of employees, and bear the weight of global influence. Take Elon Musk, for instance. His ventures span Tesla, SpaceX, Neuralink, and Twitter. Each of these enterprises demands decisions that could impact millions of lives. That kind of responsibility isn't just stressful, it's all-consuming. Compare that to a millionaire's life. Millionaires might own businesses too, but on a much smaller scale. Their responsibilities are manageable, allowing them to step away and enjoy life without the constant weight of the world on their shoulders. They can delegate, travel, or even retire early without the fear that a single decision could ripple through global markets. Their wealth brings freedom. A billionaire's wealth often brings chains. Now let's talk about time, the most valuable asset of all. Billionaires are often described as the hardest working people on the planet, and that's no exaggeration. Elon Musk famously works over 100 hours a week. That's more than twice the average work week, leaving little room for leisure, family, or self-care. Even during supposed downtime, billionaires are rarely off the clock. Board meetings, investment decisions, and PR crises follow them everywhere. Their yachts might be bigger, but the hours spent enjoying them are far fewer. Millionaires, in contrast, often have a much healthier work-life balance. Their financial goals are within reach, allowing them to work smarter, not harder. They can afford luxurious vacations without the nagging feeling that their empire will collapse in their absence. And when they're on their yachts, they're not drafting emails or fielding calls. They're actually enjoying the view. Then there's the issue of stress. With great power comes great anxiety. Billionaires live under constant pressure to maintain their status. Every decision they make is scrutinized by the public, investors, and media. A single tweet can send stocks plummeting or spark outrage. Just think of the backlash Mark Zuckerberg faces over Meta or the controversies that seem to follow Musk everywhere. Millionaires, on the other hand, live in relative peace. Their successes are celebrated in smaller circles, free from the glaring spotlight of public opinion. They're not expected to solve global problems or set an example for the world. This freedom from scrutiny means they can focus on what truly matters to them: family, hobbies, and personal growth, without the weight of the world on their shoulders. Let's not forget sleep. It's a simple luxury, but one that billionaires often sacrifice. Sleep deprivation is almost a badge of honor in the billionaires' world. CEOs boast about running on 4 hours of sleep as though exhaustion is a marker of success. But the science is clear. Lack of sleep leads to poor health, impaired decision-making, and a shorter lifespan. While billionaires burn the midnight oil, millionaires are more likely to enjoy a full night's rest, waking up refreshed and ready to make the most of their day. Speaking of health, billionaires are not immune to its challenges. In fact, their relentless schedules and high-stress lives often take a toll. Heart problems, burnout, and other stress-related illnesses are common. Sure, they can afford the best doctors and treatments, but no amount of money can replace lost time or undo the damage of chronic stress. Millionaires, however, have the resources to invest in their well-being without the same level of sacrifice. They can afford gym memberships, healthy meals, and regular checkups, all while maintaining a balanced lifestyle. Their wealth enhances their health rather than compromising it. Now let's touch on control. Billionaires often lose control over their own lives. With thousands of employees, shareholders, and governments watching their every move, their freedom is limited. Every decision must be calculated, every word carefully chosen. The stakes are so high that even minor missteps can lead to lawsuits, protests, or financial losses. Millionaires, by contrast, enjoy a level of autonomy that billionaires can only dream of. They're wealthy enough to live comfortably, but not so wealthy that they're trapped by their own success. They can take risks, make mistakes, and pivot without catastrophic consequences. Their wealth gives them choices, not constraints. Billionaires also face a unique social challenge: isolation. As their wealth grows, their social circles shrink. Genuine friendships become harder to maintain, as people often approach them with ulterior motives. Trust becomes a rare commodity. Millionaires, however, can enjoy their success without the same level of skepticism. Their wealth is impressive, but not intimidating, allowing them to form meaningful relationships and remain grounded. Finally, let's talk about purpose. Billionaires often tie their identity to their wealth. Their net worth becomes a scorecard, and the pressure to keep climbing can overshadow everything else. They chase bigger deals, larger acquisitions, and higher valuations, often at the expense of personal fulfillment. Millionaires, on the other hand, are more likely to find a balance. They've achieved financial success without losing sight of what truly matters. They can focus on passions, give back to their communities, and enjoy the fruits of their labor without the constant drive to accumulate more. So why are millionaires richer than billionaires? It's simple. While billionaires have more money, they often have less freedom, time, and peace of mind. Millionaires, with their manageable wealth, enjoy the best of both worlds: financial security and the ability to truly live. Their yachts may be smaller, but they're out there on the water, soaking in the sun and savoring every moment. Meanwhile, the billionaire's yacht sits empty, a symbol of excess but not necessarily happiness. At the end of the day, true richness isn't about the number of zeros in your bank account. It's about how you spend your time, who you spend it with, and the legacy you leave behind. So, the next time you see a millionaire's yacht beside a billionaire's, remember this: sometimes, less really is more. See you soon.